Welcome to Bid on You, the podcast, where we help you navigate the chaos of life and experience the bliss of backing yourself. Hosted by yours truly, Marissa Lee. Every Friday, we sit down with creatives, artists, influencers, and just the regular folks to talk dating, adulting, faith, culture, and all the random thoughts in between. It's time to bid on you. So let's start the show. Alrighty, welcome back to Bid on You. Today's guest is, I actually see her in the hallway. Today's guest is Big Hannah, not the little one. She is a former NBA dancer. She went to LSU, but we will forgive her for that. And she now is the game day host for the Clippers. So we're going to get into some tea with her today about pivoting, how to do it, and hopefully how to stick the landing. So stick around and let's start the show. But welcome to Bid on You. We have a super special guest with us today, my girl Hannah. She is really an icon. If you watch the intro, you already know, but I'll let her introduce herself. And today we're going to be talking about pivoting.
Well, I heard you intro me when I was walking in, calling me Big Hannah. Big Hannah.
Not the little one. Don't play with her in that way.
No, thank you so much for having me.
Sister. Oh my gosh. So Hannah's one of my OGs for real. Like since I've been out here. Really? Early days.
Yeah. You moved out here what year?
She dances. 2018.
Okay, yeah. I moved out here in 2015.
See, she real with it.
No, okay.
She is LA. Okay, so a little thing we do on our show before we get started, which I was going to ask you if you knew him, but I was like, it'll be more fun if we'll just see. It'll be organic. So we do a member of the week, which is just, a shout out or an excellence. I'm very online, so it really is just whatever I see that week. But this week's member of the week is Keith Lee. Do you know who Keith Lee is?
No.
Okay, good. I can put you on.
Okay, who's Keith Lee?
He's the one that reviews the food on TikTok.
Yes.
And then he went to Atlanta. Have you seen all that drama?
No.
So he went to Atlanta, and he's been in all the other cities, no problem. But Atlanta comes different. Like they want to do brunch for hours with the grass wall. So then basically he was like, really writing them what they needed to hear. Like, you have bad customer service. It's not giving. And then Atlanta was in a uproar. Like, people are like, oh, Atlanta's been Keith Lee. Like, Cardi B posted about it, everything.
Oh,
so he just, reviews food.
Yes, I've seen his videos before and, will put new businesses or, businesses that are struggling on the map, brings a lot of business in.
So that's what he was there to do. But then Atlanta was like,
no, don't
not
play
prepared.
With it.
Yeah, exactly. So since they were prepared, then they were like, oh, he's ruined my business. But then other people were like, he blessed me.
Yeah.
So shout out, Keith. That's how it goes.
Come on, Keith. Okay. Keep doing your business.
I'm going to send you all the TikToks.
Please.
So tell us a little bit about your journey from Louisiana, LA to LA, if you will.
La La Land. Here I come.
The two laws, you put them in there. So tell us kind of how you got out here. You've been here since 2015. So how that came to be. Give us a quick one through of you.
So born and raised Louisiana, went to LSU, was going into my senior year. Oh, it's game day, actually.
Oh, wait.
By the time this airs, we will know
who wins the game. So if you're watching, I'm sure you're clapping for Alabama, but we'll know if go Tigers. You love it.
So left my senior year, moved to Los Angeles, was actually casted on a reality TV show for the LA Clippers Dance Squad. Shout out One Season Wonder. We only had eight episodes.
That's a good season.
You know what?
That's a full season.
Honestly, I was living in delusion. Whenever I was casted, I'm like, oh my God, I am going to be a star.
Yeah, this is
I have made it. I am moving to Los Angeles, reality TV on E.
E is big. You weren't even on Zeus. Well, Zeus didn't exist, but you weren't even like a baddie South girl. Like you were really on TV.
I was really, I thought so. So I ended up making the Clippers Dance came, so then we had our first season, and then NBA Dance for 4 years, then moved into sports hosting, and now that's what I am doing.
Boom! That was a good recap and very succinct.
It was quick. It was concise. There are moments of where you feel like you're lost within it all, especially being multi-passionate.
Oof.
So
I like that. I always say multi-hyphenate, but multi-passionate.
Yes, I have reframed that. I have heard, I'm a slashy. I'm a hyphen.
Slashy.
I'm like, okay.
I like slashy.
Yeah.
Do you kill people?
Kill my dreams because my ADHD has me doing so many
Lord
things.
Jesus, help us. Wait, okay. So Tell us about dancing really quick before we go. So we'll do all the slashes together. We'll go dancing, slash TV.
First degree, second
brief
degree.
reality star. Third degree felony sports host. So let's start from the beginning. You were twirling around the living room.
I was twirling around the living room in Louisiana. I
Right.
always loved entertaining, always loved performing.
Okay,
I don't know
naturally.
if it's being a middle child or
that'll
my
do it.
love for dance, just needing attention. Someone look at me, please pay attention.
If I need therapy, but I just started dancing.
But exactly. And danced all, elementary, middle school,
Right.
did the whole cheer thing. Everybody
Classic.
goes through that, but really fell in love with performing
Mhm.
and cheered for the Saints for 2
Casually.
seasons while I was at LSU.
Wait, okay. So did you dance at LSU?
No, so I
Okay.
commuted to New Orleans. So there was a handful of
You
us.
literally said, I'm going to actually be a professional in college.
Well, I tried in high school, but I had a mouthful of braces. I did make it to finals though. And
In
they said,
high
and then I
school?
said, "Hey y'all, Hannah from Lake Charles, Louisiana." Braces. They said, "Ma'am,
They were like, "Baby, we have an older audience than what you
cannot
appealing to."
put that on the football calendar. We cannot sell that. That could be a problem."
They said, we know it's a family show, but it ain't that family. I'm screaming. They said, please come back next year when you get your braces off.
Maybe once you get that little
Thank
permanent
you so
retainer
much, though,
in.
girl. Next time. Okay, so when college came around,
When
the
college
teeth
came
were
around,
clean how they needed to be. There were no braces, no rubber bands. And you went back and you tried out for the New Orleans Saints.
yes, made
Okay.
the team. And
Casual.
originally my first season, they
Mm-hmm.
put me on the appearance team. So this
Ooh.
team, it wasn't because you looked so good. It was because
Oh, they was like, you need some work.
you need some work. You need some skills and development for
Okay.
your dancing, which I didn't agree with because the appearance team, so
Right.
you say I'm beautiful, but whenever
Not a model.
no, actually not a model, because my director looked at me and she said, we would go around the room, everybody has their beginning makeovers.
Yeah.
Okay, we need to get a bob for
Yeah.
you tone
This
down the
is really
eyeliner.
DCC.
For sure. We were weighed in every week.
So this is every team, like for the people who do not know.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know now, and I know times have changed. This
yeah, that's
was
true.
almost 10 years ago.
Ooh,
Ooh,
don't date us all,
spooky.
please. Woo. Halloween is gone. We're thankful now. We're grateful. Wait, okay. So back in those days, though,
Back
it was
in
like
those
what you would
days.
see on making.
Oh,
what is it? DCC making the Cowboys or whatever. That
Not making the band.
I was about to say making the band.
I know you were.
I'm Diddy though. In this scenario. Well, no, I'll be Audrey O'Day because I'm not going to sign the NDA either, but we'll get to that. So,
Okay.
focusing.
So
They said you need more than we
no,
can
she
give.
didn't know what to do. My director at the time, she looked at me. She went down the line. You tone down the makeup. You
Yeah.
the hair. You
Damn.
could lose a few pounds. And she looked at me and she said, "You need something." I said, "Well, what the hell am I doing on the appearance team? You got me feeling like a model. I don't even look good enough to be on the field or appearance team." But it was really just
I
a
can't
way.
even go to Macy's. Like I can't be down with Santa Claus.
If I could be so lucky to go to Macy's.
Damn, they really had you at J.C. Penney. Like not even you didn't even sound to know. J.C. Penney's. Okay, I'm sad. Okay,
But
we got that together.
we got it together, and it was a moment where I had to prove myself to be on the field. It wasn't handed to me, which I knew I had the skills to be dancing.
Right.
No
Right.
shade,
Yeah,
but
look around. Yeah, you need that radical self belief.
yes. And thank God my mother was not a realist, because she gave me the delusion to chase my dreams. Like
right.
opposite of
Absolutely.
like that almond mom that is so structured with everything you do. Like if I looked crazy leaving the house, my mom would say, "Oh my God, Hannah, you're beautiful. You look so good." I'm like, I didn't come
Thank
on.
you.
Didn't brush my hair or anything.
She's like, yeah.
Thank God she lives in La La Land,
Right.
because
Now you're there
they-
too.
now I'm there too.
Screaming.
So back to cheerleading.
Mhm.
I had to prove myself that first year. They would do, auditions for
Mm-hmm.
maybe you can make it on the field this week. So people would try out. You'd have to, perform the routine and practice
Wow, each week.
each week.
Was it like Sarah rolled her
Because-
ankle? We need the
Or
reserves.
Sarah weighs too much this week. Or someone's BMI is too
Episode
high.
taking a total turn. I'm like, wait a minute.
Is Sarah okay?
They said Sarah, girl.
Yes.
Y'all was weighing in like MMA fighters every week.
And then, I was just handing around candy bars because I was trying
Right.
to make it on the field. No, I'm just kidding.
Said, Sarah, I made this for you, girl. And it's like a chicken biscuit every morning. Stop. Oh
But-
my gosh. So then your moment came to shine.
So, yes, after I had, done the work.
Right.
Made it onto the field, made the field team the next year. And then it was that year that I decided, okay, might be a little bit too much of a toxic environment for me. You're not getting paid enough. There's
Oh, Lord, don't say that part too.
a little bit of drama. I know, so much to unpack. But
I'm like, at least pay me for my trouble. Now I'm just getting troubles for free.
Therapy, something.
Some type of benefit.
But I was like, okay, I'm going to focus on my studies. So I decided
it's time to focus on myself. It has gone left. I'm going to focus on my studies.
I need to focus on my studies.
That baby was going through.
And I got word of casting for a reality TV show for the Los Angeles Clippers dance squad. Talked to producers. They were like, great, we like your story. Love that you would be moving from Los Angeles to California, but you have to make the team first.
Yeah.
So I flew out to LA and made it to finals. Had to fly back, pack up, all of my things in a couple suitcases, made the team, and then that's kind of where my journey in Los Angeles started.
Okay. So you were still in Louisiana, and you were like, "Oh, this."
Yes, I was
focusing
for this
show. You were
on my
focusing on your
studies.
Right? You were in the library actually when the ad came up on your laptop as you were typing your term paper. Wow, I always thought you were already out here and like maybe on the team, and then they were like, "Hey, girls, we're getting ready to shoot."
No, I was
Stop. You really are MTV made. Like, what made you? Okay, what made you?
Come on, mate.
Want to pursue it further? Because I feel like like I cheered growing up, everything, and then Alabama though, obviously everything is insane. So I was like, I'm not trying to like die in my 21-year-old body, trying to like
no, and it's
you're
tough.
grunting.
Yeah,
you're grunting and any tumbling. So I was like, I don't know how the girls are doing it. Plus, I'm tall, so I would have to do all girl. And I don't feel like they treat all girl with the respect they deserve.
Wait,
like
what's
co-ed.
all girl?
So they have co-ed cheer and they have all girl, which is just like normal cheerleading, no guys.
All girl. All
girl. Yeah, I was running it together. Okay,
come on, girl.
You should know by now. Come on, draw. The draw is back.
Come on,
talking
girl.
to you, so I feel like I can throw it in. Girl. So what made you say, okay, I'm gonna stick with this? Like, I really love dance. It's my passion. Like graphic design, it's my passion. Like, I'm
absolutely that, because it's my passion. It was the only thing that really lighted me on fire. Lit. It's lit. It's the only.
It's lit.
No, see, I said I was focusing on my studies. Girl, I didn't graduate. It lit me on fire.
Now, if you wouldn't have tried out, you would have knew to say lit. But since you tried it, but look, God works in a mysterious way. Okay,
he does.
So
he said
you
do not need a degree.
You need the School of Hard Knocks.
No, but now actually I do talk on a mic and use my voice, so I should know. It's lit.
It's lit, y'all. Woo, let's go Clippers. So with that,
I gotta go.
How was pre talking on the mic, like dancing in the NBA or also NFL versus NBA? Like, what was that like? Because I know maybe it has evolved, hopefully for the better, but some of the good, the bad, the ugly.
The good is that it has evolved in the way that you're speaking of. So you're not getting weighed in
Thank God.
every week. You're not getting benched because you weigh too much or your appearance. The atmosphere is different. So growing up in the South,
right?
It is a place that is diehard football fans. It's not too much, or there's not too much focus on basketball.
Totally.
So that was different. So compared to being in front of 80,000 people that are diehard fans, but you're further away from them in football.
That's so true.
Basketball, you're about 17 to 20,000.
Yeah.
Really close up to them. So it's a different level of excitement in performing.
Okay.
Less people, more intimate.
Really?
Where you can make eye contact with people.
Yeah. Did you like that or not like that?
It was an adjustment.
Yeah,
I did like it.
Certainly an adjustment.
But I feel like I would walk off the court being like, what just happened?
100%. I feel like when it would be football season versus basketball season, I was so much more of a football girl. Basketball was good because you could sit down, and also they were playing games. We got to go to school. It's Thursday night. So that was good, but you were literally making eye contact. Like,
she's intimate. She's an
I hope
intimate
I land
experience.
this tug if I bust my head on this hardwood. If I forget the routine, that dream you have where you like walked out and you're like, that could be real.
Yeah.
But like on a much higher stage for all of Los Angeles to see.
Yes, absolutely. I had a hair extension fall out on one of my first games dancing for the Clippers.
That could have been anybody's.
And you know what? It was blonde, and it fell off on the blonde part of the court. And I remember talking to my teammates
the hardwood is the blonde part of the court. Oh, y'all, that's
Thank
just
God
a little bit of the basketball
I said,
residue.
Sharon, please, my extension. So she hit a slam at the end of the routine.
And just
pulled
tabloed it in.
And Tucked it in her uniform, a real one. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's really professionalism. Like, it's giving Renaissance tour. Because what? Like, when you think about those things that your body used to do and your brain used to somehow be on at the same time.
Unbelievable. What?
Well, since we're getting a little juicy.
I know, not me just like all lubricated up with this.
I know, the lips are loose. Let me take advantage of that. Okay, so then tell me some of the bad, the ugly, the in-between. It sounds like some of the girls, they were loyal enough to get the hair extensions off the floor.
Yeah, I never had an issue with any of my teammates. It was never catty. It was never too competitive. Like, that was my built-in family. And thank God that I had that moving out here because
100%.
I didn't know anyone in Los Angeles. So to have that built-in, you know, quote-unquote sisterhood,
it's giving sorority.
Really what it was. But, like, real support.
Yeah. No, we actually like each other. We all talked. That's what it sounds like. Okay, good.
Celebrating births together.
Right.
You know,
how many of
holidays.
y'all was it?
20 on the team.
Okay, that's intimate.
Yeah.
That's why you were able to like know their names. It's a step in the right direction.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Did anybody have beef?
Of course there was beef my first season being on reality TV.
Right. Ooh, well, let's talk about that then. What was the difference?
The difference being you've got the NBA, which is an established organization, as well as E-Network being established as well, but they want different things. The NBA is a controlled image.
Very polished.
Reality TV, on the other hand, thrives off of drama. So of course we didn't get renewed. Like, what were we fighting about? Stupid shit.
They say, you know what? Instead, we're going to make Hit the Floor, which will be scripted. It will be inspired.
We did have a girl that was casted.
No way.
For drama, and she ended up getting kicked off the team in the beginning.
Could she dance?
She could. No, she definitely could dance.
I could have really been in there like,
and thank God for her.
Sprang, and like spreading. They could be like, Marissa's just so upset because she can't dance this season.
Oh my God.
And so I could just be like, Caddy.
No, you wouldn't have helped us get a second season.
Oh.
Her ankle.
Wow. Well, maybe our stars would shine brighter, like your original plan. I don't know. And so then once the show was gone, was the energy like the pressure was lifted in a way?
No, well, I didn't know the team beforehand, so I
that's fair.
Was on the team being one of the casted members.
Yeah.
So
facts. That's
and
so true.
I was adjusting from living in Louisiana to Los Angeles, so it was all just a huge change for me.
Right.
So I didn't know that shift other than a cultural shift and just a major life pivot for me. I loved every minute of it, and like I thank God that was my journey.
Right.
I don't know. I would have gotten out here somehow.
With my thumb out on the highway. Some way or another,
Someone
I would have made my way here.
I'm
Please,
real
sir.
entertaining.
Like, what is it? Busking on the side of the road? Wait, so then did you continue after the show was over, or you were like, thank y'all so much? Okay.
No, I loved it so much.
Okay.
I've always loved dancing, performing. It's what lit me up. It
lit me up.
It lit me
lit it
up.
It's better
so
than
I continued on for 3 seasons. So a total of 4 going into my 4th season.
Okay.
I remember going into my auditions telling them I have loved my time here.
Because you try out every year.
You try out every season, yes. Oof. And you have a leg up when you're a veteran. You don't come in until finals.
Okay, good. That's good.
Yeah, they throw you a little bit of a bone.
Yeah.
But I remember telling the panel, I just want 1 more year. I want to close it off at 4 seasons.
Right.
Yeah, I just wanted to book in it at 4 years. I had been professionally dancing NFL and NBA for 6 years. At this point, the body starts breaking down. You start getting
knee was hurt. I'm about to say,
knee, hip flexor, ankle injuries started to happen. Jesus. I'm like, let's cap it off at this 6-year total, 4 years with the Clippers. Goodness. And I made the team back. And in the off season, I was working out and then my ankle snapped.
Oh my gosh.
Ended up fracturing my ankle. And I was so lost at that point. Like, God, why did this happen? What am I doing with my life? I wanted 1 more year dancing.
Okay.
And
because you were going to do the 4th season.
I was going into my 4th season.
Okay.
And that was going to be like my goodbye to dancing. Professionally.
Right. A farewell, a send off.
Yeah. And that it felt like it was stripped from me. So I was so low and I was going through a breakup, a really traumatic breakup. And I'm like, well, I am at my lowest of low. Why now?
Ugh. Like, kick me when I'm down.
Kick me when I'm down.
That's
and
what
like,
it always gives. It's always like when it rains, it pours.
Come on, Luke Holmes.
Oh, Lord, when it rains, it pours. But yeah, so when it was raining, you said, what's going on?
I popped open my umbrella.
Okay. I put on my yellow look, got my latex, zipped it to the top.
And I hopped over that little puddle.
Oh.
No, but the position for in arena hosting opened up.
You're back. You're injured. You're like, God, what's going on? And then you're scrolling Indeed. Not even. But you see, okay, an in-arena host position. Now, what made you interested in that? So we're dance.
Oh, we're a dancer, but we also know that we're an entertainer at heart. So whether it be performing by, speaking to a crowd or dancing or trying to be a singer, like God knew what he was doing when he made me by not giving me a voice. I'd be a nightmare.
I would be... Oof.
No,
I probably wouldn't even know the Lord. I wouldn't even know the Lord. I like to think I'd be singing for Jesus, but...
I would be my own God. And he said, you know what? No, you can't sing.
That would be me.
Humbled me.
Okay.
Humbled me
Quick.
by taking me.
He knows. He's in control. Thank God.
And at that time, he opened the opportunity for in-arena hosting for me.
Okay.
And I said, okay, I'm injured.
Okay.
I can't dance.
But I want to be in the arena.
Let's try this. What is this? So I went in, I auditioned, and I had been with the organization for 4 years at this point. So they were like, okay, come in, Hannah. We think you could be good at this. We know that this is going to be your last season. However, we've never seen you in this light. We've never heard you speak to a large audience. So I go into the audition and I do a couple reads, which is like in-game promotions, getting the crowd hype. Now, there is no crowd. Right. Obviously, this is an audition.
Do you want to give us an example?
Absolutely. Not. You have to come to a Clippers game to see me in action.
That's where you can find her. Y'all tried it. Okay.
Spoiler alert, I got the job.
Like, I hate to rush the story here. Not to jump to the end. And so they're like, wait, okay, you got a little something going on here.
Yeah. But she needed to be at the appearance team.
Not again.
So I got sent to the G League. They were like, we see the potential in you. You need to polish the skill that you never worked on. That's just kind of there. Because I had never really done talent. Hosting outside of large fitness events. Because, slashy, multi-passionate, all while dancing, personal training.
Right.
Leading
and influencing.
And she's tired.
Just doing some of everything, Lord.
It's LA ways.
Isn't it?
LA ways, yes.
Like, I just literally sent my friends this tweet that was like, okay, you go to church on Sunday, strip club on Wednesday, you work on Tuesday. I was like, wait, no, low-key? Like, I don't know. Do people just do one thing and go home?
No,
like we
not
do
here.
300 things.
Not here.
It's like, just the weekend.
Ask me, like, what I'm doing. It depends what room I'm in.
Yeah.
What I'm wearing. And
what day of the week? What
yes,
is it?
exactly. So they sent me to the G League.
Yes.
And thank God that happened because I was not ready for the stage that I eventually took.
Oof.
If I would have...
That's a word.
If I would have been in the position of in arena hosting that I am in now for those first few games, I probably would have been let go because I wasn't ready for that type of environment.
Okay.
So I went to the G League.
What makes you say you weren't ready?
I didn't know that type of role. I didn't know that interaction with fans. I didn't know the craft in the way that I have mastered it now. So learning what works on a smaller scale in a more intimate environment, whether it's in arena hosting, in a career. Podcasting, exactly.
That's crazy, yeah. Work well wherever you are. Like, what does God say? Faithful in small things, you'll be faithful in the big ones. That's so true. And nobody ever wants to, on the topic of pivoting, like, start small. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I want to post it and I want, tomorrow Beyonce's like, oh, we'd love to have a spot. Like, girl, what? Like, I would be like, hold on, Beyonce, I got to get the tripod set up. Like, you're not ready for that. Like, you need these things to build, like you said, your craft, your character, your confidence. And then when you get to that stage, you're like, oh, I have paid my dues. Like, I'm ready.
Absolutely. Like, you need
Yeah.
a developmental phase, and everyone wants that instant gratification, but it's God, the universe, whatever you want to believe in will open that opportunity for you when you're ready.
Oof.
And you might want it now.
Well, I got a little tear because I feel like God sent you to tell me.
Yeah.
Fine. Anyway, so when you were ready, I'm like, this is about me now. Sorry.
So Marissa, when you were
Literally,
ready,
I'm about to say a testimony, honey.
a couple months later,
Right.
I got called up.
Not called up. It really
big
is like a
leagues.
player.
Yeah. So I was in the minors, then majors, or G League to
The league.
the league. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I have loved the job. I've been doing that since 2018 in arena hosting. And
That
it
is
sets me
wild.
on fire in the same way that dancing has.
Wow.
And I didn't know that it was going to fulfill me in that same
At
way.
all.
Like, I knew that I loved speaking. I loved
Right.
performing. I love speaking.
I love to talk.
I
love
love
talking.
to talk.
Speaking is my passion.
I like to dance.
Yeah.
I like,
Little
to,
speak.
I like the words.
When I can't dance, I'll talk. Literally. Okay, so you love it. You shucking and jiving. I think that is so cool that you said it sets you on fire. You lit the same way you were with dancing, because I feel like oftentimes when we have to pivot, we just assume they're going to be horrible. We're like, this was not my original plan, so it must be trash.
And after that's happened, a
Like,
handful of times in my life,
Okay.
then I'm like, okay, this is the moment where God is preparing something big for me, because too many times I have thought that I am at my lowest low, or
Right.
why am I not making the team? Why am I on the appearance team? Why am I in? Now, when I was put in the G League, I didn't
Right.
question it. It felt right. I'm like, okay, I see you,
Really?
God. I know what you're doing.
Okay.
I need to develop. I need to get in this rhythm of, mastering the craft,
Right.
like I was saying before.
And that's a different level of humility, because most people, like you said, are instant gratification. Like, we're like, okay, why am I not on center stage? Like, that's what I'm supposed to do. I feel like the G League, for example, is anything in life where you feel like I'm doing the grunt work, or even like if you're starting your career and being like an assistant, you feel like, oh, my talent's so wasted here. So I think that's cool that you felt like I'm just developing my talent here.
I've worked with a lot of people, and I will say one of the best advice that I've ever gotten was forever be a student.
It's getting Karate Kid.
No, wax on, wax
it.
off.
I receive it, Grasshopper.
Come on.
Forever be a student.
Yeah.
Because if you're not learning, you're not living. Really.
Yeah.
Ugh, that's what my therapist says. Because I'm like, girl, are we going to be growing always? Like, damn, is there a break? Like a winter break? A season finale? Something? A mid-season finale? What's going on? Like, I need some ABC Family freeform. And she's like, no, like, if you're alive, you'll be growing.
7 7.
Please.
No.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about what a day-to-day, like, okay, say we have a big game.
Big game.
Today's a game day. What does that day look like? Walk us through. A day in life. Come with me.
Oh,
As
get
an
ready
in-arena
with me
host.
for
Give me
in-arena
give me
host.
the in-person TikTok.
So we'll skip to about like noon, just because the beginning's
Getting my
boring.
rest.
What, you hear about me doing my morning coffee?
She wakes up, she uses the restroom, and then boom, she's on the court.
Done.
Basically.
And scene. No, so game time tip-off is normally around 7:30. So we'll get to the arena around 4 o'clock. We start our production meeting at 4. We'll go through I just jumped to game time. Do you want to know what my day today is?
If there's something you feel you should add, but I'm intrigued either way. Like,
Ball is life.
yes, I was
That's
gonna say,
all.
like, if Spalding is what's on your mind, then let that be that.
It's Wilson now.
Ooh,
It's Wilson. She's a new
is
sponsor.
it?
It's Wilson. Yes.
Okay, Wilson, sorry, girl.
The Kim K. That's what I'm trying to get. Miss Kimberly.
What does Skims have to do?
Miss Kimberly Noel.
That's what should have been the member of the week. I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's pivot.
But like, let's pivot.
Let's pivot.
I see what you did.
Come on. Come on, Kimberly.
What does Skims have to do? I was gonna say Kims. What does that have to do
She
with the NBA?
has a large
And the
female.
Olympics.
large female audience. So
Okay.
what she brings to the NBA is a massive female audience.
Right.
That's the sponsorship.
But are they running around in the fits everybody
Oh, no.
dress? Now I got that. She sent me that dress. I love that dress down. Mm-hmm. She sent me some skins.
You're the PR?
I support her. Mm-hmm.
Okay, no,
you should
we
be doing
love
it.
her.
Hello. They're
What
comfy.
What do you think of the nipple bra?
I was about to say something. Me, I got nipples. Literally. Now, I don't ever really wear bras. As you can see.
Mine are taped down.
So, I don't really need that. I didn't understand the ad at first. I thought she was saying like, oh, it's okay if your nipple comes through your bra. Not we put some nipples in this bra for you. Because do you load yours into that nipple?
Like load it, like some
Lock it in there? Like how you would put your boobs into the bra and then you just slide your nipple in?
Into
you
the
have to
little
harden it
skittle hole?
first? Yeah. What?
I don't know.
What do you think about it?
I
then?
love the branding. I love the launch of it. I love her leaning into the fact that people think that she's stupid and she's just this like beautiful face.
Yeah.
And
It's giving Don't Worry Darling. Like that's what the ad made me think of.
Yes. I loved it, but I didn't understand the product
Either.
But as a
so
girl,
maybe that's what they'll send you first to try. Skims, if you're
You know
listening, girl.
as
This is not an ad, but it could be.
But I know that some of my friends, they will go and detail the nipples in their post.
Shut up.
Now, they've never
Is
told
that
me
like
that,
a
but I
boob
know.
job thing?
I know. I've seen some more detailed on the little perky nipples.
You like, nah, I seen your nipples. And I ain't never seen them.
I've
You zoom
never,
it in like
and you can see the thread count on the shirt.
You can see the little dots around your airy. What's going on? No, I will be on the lookout for that. I think that's something that people pay for when they get their boobs done. Because have you noticed, like, when your boobs are
Erect
done, they
nipples?
look really erect. Yeah. I hate that
I thought
word.
I thought that looks like an erect nipple.
What, her bra?
No, your face.
Oh, thank you. That's
Bridesmaids. Love it.
Literally.
Love it. Love
literally,
it.
you're there with me. Wait, okay. So we're going to try that out. I want you to get it first, though. Tell
Wait.
me, because I'm
just trying to get a t-shirt. I'm just trying to get one of her
I know,
t-shirts.
but they're not going to send you one thing. You have to have the t-shirt, and the nipple is going to pierce through the t-shirt.
Okay, yeah.
They're gonna send you
Yeah,
both.
because I'm not a big nipple girl. I know I'm big Hannah, but I'm not a big nipple girl.
Not the little one. Not the little nipple. The huge nipple. I'm screaming.
So Miss Kimberly, I'm
if
ready.
you're listening.
I'm ready. Now, I don't think that will be court approved, but
Well, here's the thing. Why not? Because going back to Skims and NBA.
Right.
Why not? Wait, honestly, not me getting you a bag, but really, why not?
no, why not?
Because if she is sponsoring the NBA.
Yeah. If we're going
you're
outside of the bra and the nipples, if we're going just
Outside of nipple.
yes,
Outside of nipple focus,
Nipplegate,
you should be
it makes sense,
the
right?
Skimba. Skimba. Well, if they use that, they better let me know. I know that much. So.
Trust me, I have been commenting on all her stuff, liking all the
Hey.
things.
I'm screaming. Okay, so go back to why you feel like that makes sense. Because that's a pivot, honestly. Well, we couldn't get Kim, so we got you. So thank you for coming so last minute when Kim canceled this morning. But she pivots all the time, as we know. Pivoting is what got her here. So why do you think that makes sense? Like her taking really a shapewear line, like lingerie, whatever you want to call it. It's really shapewear because it makes it very everyday, like where the other brands we've seen. And I love, obviously I love Miss Fenty Down, but it's more like sex driven. And this is more just like women wear things under their clothes and women wear clothes. Like that's normal. And they can come in, it really low key is giving like Yeezy season 1, but aside from that. So she's launching Skims Men. So this was like a rollout, Skims Men with the NBA rollout.
Yeah, it was like a week after she originally launched, which is so
Whoever's
brilliant.
working over there is working.
Over
That's so smart.
time. Yes.
Wow.
Because
her marketing team goes crazy.
I'm not buying my boyfriend underwear, but
Yeah.
if I did, I would buy him Skims.
That you might want to look into it, Jordan.
No.
Because they look very comfortable.
Yes.
Like for the male gaze as well as the female.
And then adding in that rollout of NBA.
So
Skims.
are the players going to be in the locker room like...
Girl, I don't know. Don't try to get me
Yeah.
in trouble talking about the players in the
Visually,
locker
never
room and
mind.
what they're wearing.
Well, visually... Wait, speaking of that...
Let's hear it.
Let's go back real quick.
We're going back to the dance time,
We're
right?
going back. You already know.
Yeah.
Is that a fraternization clause, like the players and the dancers dating?
Yes. And there was recently
You can't. It's a conflict of interest.
a Brooklyn Nets dancer that spoke about this, that
I'm scared.
No. Don't be scared. When I was with the Saints, there was a no fraternization clause. If you saw a player come into the same restaurant or bar that you were at, you had to leave. You had to ask for the check.
They can't leave. I was here first.
Well,
what if you're there on a date?
It's a man's world.
Well, but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl. Like,
Amen.
they really are sitting there. Imagine you're on a date and the guy's like, that's your ex. It's like, I swear it's not. This is for work. I have to leave for work. I would not believe that.
Yeah,
They was stopping y'all's bag.
This was back in 2012, right? And then Clippers, it was the same. No.
Yeah. So
Let
no
me not say
dating,
Clippers.
no mixing and mingling.
And
there
then whenever
wasn't a Christmas party at the end of the year or nothing?
Well, yeah, but players not going to that. That's front
But
of
you know
house.
what I mean?
Yeah. No.
So those folks are like those folks over there.
Who's
Really?
Yeah. It was, you don't go left out of the elevator. You don't go left down that hallway. You go down that hallway. That's what happened to the girl who was casted for the TV show. She was caught in the players' hotel room and she got the...
She was just doing what they cast her for, drama.
Exactly. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing your job.
Maybe she was just over there dropping some. Maybe she was doing DoorDash on the side.
In China?
With that being said, she pivoted. She was pivoting. She pivoted on some. I don't know what she was pivoting on, but she was pivoting.
Pivot?
Jesus Christ.
So, and then we said sayonara to her.
So she had to pivot somewhere else. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Kimberly, I feel like I'm going to keep an eye on that because it still seems random to me, but I do think it's cool with the Skims men background. That makes sense. But I would say, outside of Kim, we'll go back to you. Mm-hmm. What advice would you have for someone who's like maybe wanting to, because I feel like with you, obviously, you know, dancing and talking, passions, obviously. But if you're like, okay, I might want to go from, I know like a big thing is like, oh, someone started out wanting to act and now they want to host or whatever that may be. Like, what's your advice on pivoting careers? Because obviously, you know, you were blessed to be like, okay, I need to develop my skills here in the G League and all of that. But that heartbreak initially of, I can't dance this final season. What I've seen myself doing all these years is now not that anymore. How do you sort of like survive that mindset shift? Because it really is like mind over matter, I feel like.
Yeah. Romanticize the shit out of your life. Like live in delusion where you think, oh my God, this is my narrative. Oh my God, I'm looking at myself like I'm looking at a movie. Live in that delusion of that. Now that's like some extrospective type of stuff. For things that you can actually do in your day-to-day life, find a mentor.
Okay. Love that.
Look at someone who's doing exactly what you want to do and reach out to them. We live in a day and an age where everyone's uploading what they're doing on social media. 100%. Slide into their DMs.
Slide in
Reach
there.
out. Look up what they're doing on LinkedIn. Find their email address. Reach out. And maybe...
Comment in the comments. They really be interacting in the comments. I'm
Kimberly.
Like, hey. Right. We'll see her in Bit on News comments right after this one, I'm sure, after this break. But okay, so mentorship, romanticizing your life, and then just sort of what, like rolling with the punches?
Also finding, so let's say if you can't find a mentor, find someone that you can pay to hone in on your craft. So Coaching, exactly. So I've got a host coach who helped me develop my talent. Like we look and watch my game day footage like we're watching film, like a player is watching film. So she'll go back, rewind. Hannah, why did you say it like this? Why did you, girl? And it's awful. I remember the first time she said, why does it sound like you're herding cattle? You made it out of Louisiana. Because I would say, all right, Clipper Nation, it's time for the...
That made me excited.
Come on, South.
Hello. Okay, girl. Me and my words affirmation. I don't know, but okay.
No, it's brutal.
So be open to critique. It's another thing to add to the list.
Be open to critique.
Okay.
And invest in yourself, like whether that be coaching, whether it's maybe you can't afford a coach, so look up online, become a stalker of your craft. Right.
Go
look
on
up everything.
TikTok, go on Instagram, like literally save and I literally make different. Now that you can make like series or collections, I go through and I'm like, oh, a content collection or a podcast collection or a travel. Like I just get all the inspiration because I feel like you have to consume to create.
Absolutely.
Oh, I love that, honey. Will.
And dream bigger than what you're dreaming right now. My dream growing up, being a professional dancer in Los Angeles. Okay,
That's big.
It's
but
big.
we did it.
but we did it. And what
Yeah.
can we do outside of it? So, and also, look, this is my ADHD brain.
Right.
Respond to your emails.
Please.
On a day to day, people
Yeah.
want to work with someone that's responsive, that
Professional.
exactly. Show up on time, even though I was 7 minutes late.
I was late today too, but that's okay.
Okay. And
Know
you
when
know
to be
what?
late and when not to be.
Exactly. And respond to your emails. Whenever you meet someone, put a little note in your phone, what their name is, maybe something that, they spoke about, just
Right.
to help you piece together what that was. Follow up with them.
Please follow up once or twice.
Yes.
Like, follow up.
Hey, it was so great meeting you.
Right.
There's so much in life that you can get out of just networking, just being a good person.
Yeah.
People want to work with good people.
Period.
No matter your talent,
Right.
no matter whatever else you have going with, I want to work with people that I love. I
I
want to
want to
work.
be around.
Yes.
Like, why would I want to do this if you
Yes.
suck? Why would I want to be there?
Recently, I met someone and he's commercial talent. He's incredible, happens to be an NBA fan, and
Okay.
he connected me to a commercial hosting agent, and now I'm signed.
We're breaking the news. We're breaking the news. Wait, congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
incredible.
Thank you. And it
As
was
you
all
should
just
be. Look at God. Want to do it?
And
Well,
you know
I'm glad
what?
you did this for free.
Stop. But that was like
once we
me
start making
saying,
money later.
respond to your emails. No, it took me a while
Yeah.
to respond. It took me a while to respond because I'm like, oh my God, I'm not ready for this. So I'm like, I'm being a hypocrite
Right.
in my word right now.
Which is why you have the word. Don't do that. Do the opposite.
Right,
Believe
right.
in yourself in the
and
first
I
place.
I hopped on the call with this guy and he was like, oh, I don't know what happened with the whole, why did it take so long?
I had surgery.
Wait,
Girl, I hurt my nipple.
I
But now
actually
that the
thought my
nipple bras
appendix
are
was
out,
bursting.
You really
so-
did. I saw you in the hospital and I was like,
No.
do I need to say never mind this poor baby? I was like, I don't want her to think she is committed to this. Please get to the hospital and be well.
No.
That was just a little bit of gas.
Yeah,
happens.
my appendix didn't burst. I just I strained too hard trying to push out a toot. So
A toot. Not even a poop, but a toot.
a toot. But pivoting back to our conversation,
I'm going to say, how could you... Okay, like, now I'm gone. So those are the top tips.
so those were all the tips. I don't know which ones you can pull from, but there's something in there
There's something in there that's good.
relates to someone.
I know there is. And then right before we wrap it up with you, I like to do this little segment where it's open some bids. Bids on our show.
I got this from the hospital. I'm just kidding.
It was giving gauze when I'm like, y'all, can y'all see that? Are just questions, letters, etc. from our viewers, our listeners. And so, of course, I kind of asked you one already and slid it in there with the advice one. But really, I would just more so like to know. I don't want to get messy. Our final question that we like to ask our guests. Now, this is a new tradition, so we're starting it with you. Early days, isn't it? Boop. So we kind of asked this, or you kind of answered it when you said you're going to start answering your email. But how are you going to bid on you moving forward? Go about yourselves, loves. You know,
Right.
Love Island. Love Island. We'll do a Love Island episode later.
Wait, I'm going to do a little bit of me,
A
right?
little bit me.
Oh, not you stumping me.
Isn't it crazy? It's always so much easier to do it for other people.
Yeah. Yeah, because I could give my friends the best advice. Oh my
I'm a
God.
life coach, for real.
And what, I look at friends and I'm like, this is what you should be creating on social media. It's so easy. Your
Yeah.
brand, it just
Literally.
makes sense. It makes sense in my head for what I see of you because you are so incredible and you're so talented and
Right.
I see it. But when you talk about yourself, when it's introspective, it's like, huh. And I think that just like leads me to the answer of doing more
Yeah.
as far as pushing myself outside of my comfort zone. So outside of the court.
Yeah.
And what is the real dream now? Television,
Period.
on camera hosting.
Absolutely.
That's-
Look, we're manifesting a show right here, right now.
Done.
Okay, come on, somebody. No, honestly, I feel like when you said earlier basically dreaming a bigger dream. I think something my friends and I say a lot is like dream a new dream, right? So it's like, oh, if you dreamt of being a bride, like, okay, girl, well, that's over with now. Like, you got married. So it's like, be open to dreaming a new dream.
That too.
We claiming that.
Jordan,
this is the year. Jordan, if you watching this, which you better be, I hope you watching this from David's bridal or something when this airs, okay? Because Lord have mercy. But that's fun. So once you get on TV, you'll be holding your cue cards with a 4-carat minimum rock on your finger.
Done. Goodbye.
In Jesus' name, we claim. And we're
slashed.
I love you. Thank you for coming.
I love you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
Duh.
I love this. I love your podcast.
It's such a millennial instead of a Gen Z heart.
No, this is
cannot do the little.
Hold on.
The thug one. Oh, I received that through and over. Back at you. Thanks for watching. We love y'all, and we can't wait to bid on you.